hate it when they do that.
Like, they're telling you everything that they saw because they basically entered in right as everything was going down.
So while you guys are all discussing this, you guys hear from from above a pair of wisps flying through the air, and Calamity and Damien raise their heads and look up, and then flying down are two Pokemon of blue and red. And Misha, you feel like a weird sense of deja vu or familiarity from these two, even though you know for sure you've never met them before.
And this is me speaking, I guess, like dragon-esque energy, dragon
Oh
energy.
yeah, yeah. You can tell that these guys are at the very least dragon types.
Do you say that I feel like a sense of familiarity with
Yeah, yeah.
them? Whoa.
Or we
Even
just
though you've
quickly
never
copy
met,
their
you know,
levitated abilities.
you definitely know that you've never met them before. And then Calamity speaks up. I thought you were going to wait for us in the capital. And then the blue one speaks up. Apologies, we were summoned. There are dire situations happening right now that we had to attend. We almost died because you left us. And the red one speaks up. Please forgive us, Calamity. We're sorry. I'm just glad you're safe and sound. And then the red one looks at you, Misha. Oh, a Mytheon. Hi.
Um, hi.
And the blue one's like, huh, so that's what I sensed upon when we were nearing the island. Hello, allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Latios. This is my sister Latias. We had come across those two, Calamity and Damien, some time ago. And, well, things have been complicated, to say the least. May I speak with may I speak with whomever is in charge of this town? And Draco's like, that would be me. I'm the mayor. Well, I'm sure you are you aware of the things transpiring in regards to the abyssal and infernal cults? That I am. My son has recounted that they are both in possession of the blue and red orbs and are seeking to summon Groudon and Kyogre. And to that, Team Lightspeed and the Kansai crew are like, "What? They have them? They're going?
Hey,
What?"
y'all came after us, and y'all attacked us.
And then Draco even like glares at them. He's like, "It has also come to my knowledge that the capital had something to do with them getting their hands on those orbs."
And y'all came after us.
I'll deal with you children later. For the time being, you two, may I request that we discuss things indoors? Chef, you and your friends join us. And then he turns around to you, Iron Athymos. You and your friends may join us as well. Jack, can you please see to it that Yuri's taken care of? Aye, will do. And then Jack's like, excuse me. And then takes Yuri's body away from you from Iron Athymos. And so everyone proceeds to go inside.
Mm.
And let's just say that for the sake of time, all right. So Athymos, how much information do you divulge from your side
Uh-oh.
Of the events that occurred, or
in general? Like who
about
you are,
myself? Very.
your
I'm gonna
crew.
say we broke out of that lab place, but I'm not gonna reveal almost anything about my true identity here. not with like surrounded by the Dine N Dashers.
Exactly. Yeah. The what was it? The Moth and Valiant sort of like can pick up why you're doing that, and so
Yeah, and I've talked about Valiant about this before too.
exactly.
So.
Yeah. So they will respect your wishes, and not say anything. Meanwhile,
They also watched the recording of the yapping about me getting murdered, so
Exactly,
they also
exactly.
get the vibe that this is kind of sketchy.
Exactly. So, so yeah. And then let's see. Also, we can say that everything on Draco and the rest of the Dine and Dasher side has also been explained. So, Athymos, you are aware of the things that are going on in regards to these Pokemon named Groudon and Kyogre. They're very dangerous, and they're going to be released soon. And
Unfortunately, we're a bunch of future paradox, not past paradoxes. We don't even get powered up by this.
Yeah, no sun boost, no sun boost.
I mean, Moth will take it, but that's about it.
Exactly. And let's see, what else? We'll say, okay, and then Latios and Latias state how. After everyone has been caught up, Latios is like, well, thankfully I have some good news for you all. Neither of the Super Asian Pokemon have been released yet.
That's good to hear.
Do you know where they're going to be released from?
And Latias says, unfortunately, our creation occurred after Kyogre and Groudon were put away, and that information has never been shared to us in particular.
Then who would know the information?
Damien speaks up. I do. At least for Groudon. I know where they're being kept.
Huh?
I was a member of the Infernal Cult.
Yeah. But no one here knows that, because Athymos doesn't have his memory. Damon's like, before I met everyone here, I was on the run, and I just got picked up by some Pokemon, and they were part of the Infernal Cults. And I wasn't really aware of what was going on. I just kind of wanted to get off the streets, But one of my my last mission actually was to infiltrate the capital. There was an informant there that had information on where Groudon was being sealed. And so I found that out and I reported back to the Infernal Cult. And I can tell you it's this place called the Ruby Volcano. A location that is the most southern point of the archipelago. And Draco's like, the Ruby Volcano. So, and when did you give them this information? Quite a while ago. It was actually right after the Golden Festival wrapped up. It's been weeks since then. Why haven't they acted on that? Well, from what I've learned, the Ruby Volcano's, it's just that. But it's been dormant for millennia, so it's possible that they've been excavating several thousand years worth of rock just buried over Groudon.
In that case, we could go try and face Groudon. It's only a ground type, which I'm vulnerable to.
And Latios and Latias just look at each other nervously. It's like, don't. You cannot face Groudon or Kyogre. Your best chances Your best chances are to prevent their awakening before it can even happen.
In that case, who's the one that holds the orb? Damien?
I don't know. And Gemma's like, it's the Blaziken, Zenith. He was the one who was given the red orb when I was watching the governor. And
Don't hate many people, but I hate that guy.
Well, and then Draco goes, well, Vanguard Captain, what's your call?
We need to keep troops here to protect the island. However,
Wait, keep who here?
I said troops because I'm not. He said I've been given command of the entire Vanguard. Who's
Yeah.
in charge? How many people are in this Vanguard?
That's hey, you came up with the Vanguard. That's your answer.
Oh, cool. Millions upon millions. No. We'll say that the Vanguard is just.
How
A
many
group of
reinforcements
Pokemon?
do we get later is what you're
Okay.
deciding.
Yeah. Oh no. Because I don't want to be greedy and ask for like many, because I know Layla's then going to do an AoE attack and kill all of them.
Don't give her ideas.
Bessie's
No,
gonna
no,
pull a
she-
light that burns the sky on them.
Before.
Just give me a number.
Wait,
40.
what's the
40?
population of the Golden Archipelago? That's a good reference point.
Actually, yeah, sure. What is the population of the Golden Archipelago?
I do not have that number off the top of my head.
Okay, because
Is
we've only visited
10,000
the
a
main
reasonable
village
estimate
and then
considering
the
how
water
many people-
area.
Mhm.
We've
How
only
ab-
visited the main village and the water area.
Those are the two main places outside of the caves, which used to be inhabited by a few Pokemon, but we'll just say that some things happened that caused them to move.
Yeah.
So
We'll say more
very small population on this island specifically.
Also, is a Vanguard more like an elite unit or like just a general army type thing? That also
Let's look
helps
up the
the-
definition of Vanguard.
That's usually a force of them, like a subsect of a larger force.
Okay, Vanguard definition: a group of people leading the way in new developments or ideas. The foremost part of an advancing army or naval force.
Yeah, so the troops like kind of leading things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small.
So a small group. How about
Yeah.
we'll say it used to be 20. Unfortunately, few of
Due to
them
recent attack.
due to the past 3 attacks, that number's dropped a bit to 15.
Okay, and that includes Dan, right?
Yes, the
Sharpedo?
Sharpedo, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Braille!
Dan Braille! Yes, that includes Dan. Don't worry.
Okay.
Can the last episode of the series end with Dan's death?
Oh my god.
As Dan
No.
stops being president, Dan and the campaign dies.
Though maybe we could convince Dan to make a cameo and play as Dan.
That
I,
would be
I
so
can
funny.
I can do the same thing I did with Ray Chase. I can get a voice cameo. Just play it.
Yes. Good luck trying to convince Dan to do that.
I mean, he's not so cool.
Mhm.
Like, just using his voice without speaking.
Just have him do a little silly. Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
Calamity speaks up and says, we should have some of us go and try to infiltrate the Ruby Volcano.
I feel like I should be there because I have great synergy with this team.
Gemma's like, I'm going too. You're not stopping me.
Yeah.
I have some payback in Ostinato and Kara's name to enact on that cult.
The problem is we need people to protect the island in case things go wrong.
There's also the issue of that Alakazam, which is what I personally, Athymos, am interested in. But like, obviously, the Ground Kyogre thing's a big deal, but also I feel like if there's not a connection, there's something else dangerous going on with the Alakazam.
I mean, hold on. Did you introduce your name to us, Jack?
Yes, I did when I showed up to the village.
Iron Athymos.
Iron Athymos.
You're
Do you
gonna call me
think you
Athymos, though.
Do you think you could spare some of your buddies to help with protecting this island? If some of them could stay behind?
I'll check and make sure they're okay with it, but I
Yeah.
don't think they'll be opposed.
I ask you because it's you give off the aura of a leader.
Leader.
Valiant's like
reluctantly, Valiant's more of our leader than anything.
Valiant's
Oh,
like
really?
Valiant's the one who speaks out the most.
Valiant's like
Athymos, unlike Ostinato, is not a yapper.
Valiant's like, well, I appreciate that, Athymos. You've been kind of leading the way for the most part, but you're not wrong in the sense that I do occasionally the more negotiation parts of it. I do agree. And I do believe that that our allies are more than willing to aid. If it would console you, we are willing to stay behind here in case any further attacks were to happen. And your group.
In order for me to continue onward and help the mission, I need to make sure that my home is safe.
We also need
that's
to.
not a distraction.
We also need to figure out who's gonna go after the Alakazam and who's staying back.
May I
That's
ask?
an issue for us to decide.
Valiant speaks up. Is like, who was responsible for the attack? No, wait. It was the capital, correct?
Yes.
So then,
Don Juan.
Yes, we did find files pertaining to that. So then it's possible that.
You think? What if we went back to the lab and see if they had anything on an Alakazam? I mean, I know we literally just got here.
You want us to invade the capital again?
I'm saying, what if we go back to the lab that all us robots are from and see if they have any files we might have missed?
Moth
Or
in the
actually, no, we downloaded it.
Yeah,
we downloaded it.
exactly.
We can just check that. We should need like an interface.
Yeah, Moth was like, actually, yeah, we got a hard drive of data, so we can analyze that at some point. And also, I don't know about you, but I don't think myself or any of my buddies would want to go back there.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Honestly, I would rather request someone else go and have the others stay back at Cobalt to make the iron poopies go back to the lab.
Quick question. You said you arrived on a ship. Does that ship have an interface that you can use with that hard drive?
Yeah, should.
Cool. What's the information that we're looking for on that hard drive?
First off, who the heck is that Alakazam? And, second, anything else that's useful for the Groudon situation, Groudon Kyogre Stitch.
I can.
Oh, you essentially have the black. Okay.
Yeah, essentially, yes. We just downloaded the whole thing, or as much as we could.
Valiant speaks up. Is like, it is possible that some of the information might be encrypted or just inaccessible, but it's better than nothing.
Alright. Well, on acting on that information, we can determine who stays and who goes, and where to go.
Alright, so.
The thing I want to clarify, I will be going.
Micha, do you have any comment?
Misha's just mainly been listening in, really. While she would like to go investigate Ruby Mountain and stuff, but she also wants to stay back here and kind of get technical, while also trying to find out about that Alakazam. She's really she's been listening in, but she's mainly been trying the two, I guess you could say
Latios and Latios?
Okay. Yeah, she's mainly been eyeing them because, she still has, because apparently she has, some kind of connection to them, and she's just been, eyeing them.
And in that case, Valen's like, Moth, go fetch for, go ask Treads to inspect the data on that hard drive. On it! And Iron Moth proceeds to fly off. So, if I may suggest, Athymos, myself, and the rest of our allies can stay here while you, the Dine N Dashers, go off in search for Groudon.
Athymos, Are you confident that you can protect this island?
My group is more than capable.
But I thought Iron Valiant said that you would also be. Are you?
We'll have a couple of us, depending on the information, might go off, but the majority of us, I think, can stay.
Okay. Me thinking, no, Jack's gonna leave again.
I am going to be leaving again. If anyone, the one person that is guaranteed to be leaving if there's a lead is me.
No, it sounds like you're gonna be staying here and thus leaving the party again.
Oh, yeah. And if I
Yeah.
leave, I'm not leaving after Kyogre, I'm leaving after Alakazam, unless they're linked.
Unfortunate. So, is there anything else that needs to be brought
Yeah,
up?
so Jacob, what's gonna keep happening is you have to deal with the consequences of my actions, but get no time with me. Characters.
God. Okay. I guess we'll head over to your ship.
Also,
and
Chef
we'll
shouldn't be
just-
sad. Chef doesn't know who the heck I am. I'm just some random
No!
robot.
Jacob is sad.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's see. Alright, so, as that is happening, Latios and Latios are like, Latios like, your name is Micha, correct? A word. And they both...
He's your Draco Meteor!
They both, float out and head outside.
You should just casually one-shots both legendaries and get
Yeah,
so
can
much
we get
experience.
can we get Z Draco Meteor, please?
We have a Dragonium Z.
We do.
Okay, so, we'll just say... One sec. We put you in the void! Alright, we'll just say that you are, like, right outside of the, mayor's office with Latios and Latias. Ooh, wait, let me scroll down. Alright. And so, Latios is like... Once again... let's see. You probably are curious about your current form, are you not?
Very.
Latias is like, it's been a few millennia since the last Mytheon appeared. Actually, before our time.
What even is oh, this?
Well, you are what is known as Mytheon, a secret dragon-type evolution of the Eevee family. Tell me, has there been anything... Obviously, Eevee are known to have unnatural and unstable genetic makeup, allowing them to take multiple evolutions, but has there been anything else beyond that you've experienced with your own body?
I've been a living social experiment for my parents, and before I evolved fully, I was able to evolve into the other forms that Eevee can evolve into. From Vaporeon all the way to Toby.
And Latias and Latios are like looking at each other like very like, huh, that is modern mortal sciences, both fascinating yet terrifying. And Latias goes, well, a possible connection to that is something known as a Mikado organ. It's this special organ that is very rare among Pokemon. I can honestly only think of two others that actually have it, but it's what allowed you to safely digest that meteorite and use its power to evolve. It's possible that organ of yours might have something to do with your previous transformations. Can you transform in this current state, or is that only when you were an Eevee?
Only when I was in Eevee. I guess it was a curse turned into a blessing thanks to my parents.
Trust me, I understand the issues with parents, but I don't know what you've gone through in particular, but anyways, And as Latios is like thinking of what else to say, both Latios and Latios, their eyes like suddenly like dart up, and they look at each other like, great, not now. Unfortunately, we must go. I bid you all the best of luck, and if anything happens, may Arceus protect us. And then they both proceed to fly off and take to the skies.
Just good thinking. And then Misha kind of just like, I guess you could say, just walks back inside, almost like barely unfocused.
And Damien goes, "Oh, what happened to those dragons?"
I guess there was some kind of emergency. It seemed urgent. They were very to leave.
Clamy's like, "Oh, great! They're leaving us again. How wonderful!" Then after a bit, Iron Moth returns. "All right, I'm back. Treads, get in here." And Iron Treads proceeds to walk in. He's like, "Hi, so I have the data information on what we got from the capital. Actually, Iron Athymos, you are able. Might be able to insert this and have the information be displayed through your screen."
You're a walking TV!
Yeah, pretty much.
A true form of suffering!
What? Oh, yeah, I gotta guess his name.
I am a Teletubby, yes.
Oh my god, what? Alright. So, we'll say that, just so everyone is able to, like, watch clearly, you step right over here, and then Treads, walks behind you and proceeds to, like, insert the data disk into your head. And then several files basically your heads up, your faceplate changes to a screen. And Athymos, you're able to, obviously you have a separate camera lens, so you're still able to view everything, but you can also at the same time view what is happening on your screen. So, let's see. There are a whole bunch of files available to peruse. What do you guys try to look into first?
I guess someone like a mouse to scroll across my face.
No, you just... no, you could basically just mentally go through the files.
Yeah, people have to yab at me to tell me what file to go to.
Exactly.
Do we have, like... Because I know we found, like, data on the Dine N Dashers. Was that, like, in, like, a personal data kind of section, or...
Kind of, yeah.
I'd like to go in that same direction, basically. For the Alakazam first, and then also, if there's anything on any of the members of the Infernal or Abyssal cults that, like, the others would recognize their names, I wouldn't.
Alright, so you go around, like, searching through information on members of, like, the upper class members of the capital, and you stumble on information on an Alakazam named Geller, and several images pop up. You know, some that are, like, obviously his picture, a couple of videos of him, like, performing telekinetic abilities, and another where his appearance changes to the point where he grows this long, flowing beard and has 5 spoons floating above him. And, Athymos, you are able to read this information as Geller has the capability to Mega Evolve. Furthermore, you know that he is obviously very strong with telepathic and telekinetic abilities, but it also has ventured into the field of the supernatural and spiritual. And so, what else? Yeah, that's like the main thing. Nothing of note is really mentioned, other than how he's just like a very powerful psychic type user, and actually no. Another thing is that has been involved with research on shadow Pokemon.
Yeah, that's delightful information.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else comment on any of this?
Okay, I heard the information about the Mega Alakazam.
The Alakazam is also is a known shadow Pokemon researcher.
Great.
Ah!
More straight up.
Where the heck was he with Black Fog?
I don't. The thing is, this dude's not a good dude. He's made Shadow Ostinato as a weapon.
Oh, I'm glad.
Bro isn't there to be good. This is part of Don Juan's government, bestie. They're not there for like the good of the people or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds like we should definitely take him out then if he's making problems.
Do we have any connections to other people in the capital?
Actually, Iron Valiant's like, hold on. Shadow Pokemon. What exactly are those? I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, I have no clue either, I guess. That's fair.
You just see Micha, like, her ears and her wings just, like, almost, like, droop down. And she, you know, sometimes, like, a dog or, like, a cat they'll just drop down.
You wanna know what's funny? Damien does the exact same thing.
Let me try and figure out the best way to explain this.
Actually, wait, hold on. While that's happening, Gem is just like, come on, why? No, I don't want to deal with more shadow Pokemon. Chef, you go.
I could mention there was some weird Landorus that we saw files on earlier. If
Yeah,
that's
you just
good comparison.
Come from Misha. She just like starts almost like rolling and like just like not pain, just like annoyed.
So essentially, take a normal Pokemon. It could even be a legendary for all you know, and make it such that it can take some of its moves and make sure they're always super effective. And they're really hard to defeat.
Gemma's like, I mean, that's one way of describing it, but also...
I think, out of character, y'all should mention that Slim, your one surefire way to deal with them, is no longer with us.
But also, Gemma's like, yeah, and, like, about that, I mean, that's one way to describe it, but also, the whole thing is that their souls have been corrupted by literal darkness to the point where they become merciless killing machines.
And also, if you defeat a shadow Pokemon, they aren't truly gone, because unless you're a super person, a super Pokemon that can absorb shadow energy, the shadow energy just takes over you instead. Which begs the question, wait, how
shadow Pokemon seem to have, like, independent control, because the Electros we ran into didn't seem to be... It seemed like it was kind of just a body moving and doing things, kind of... With no real...
It's hold.
Let's make this one shadow Pokemon. And I guess we should explain, like, when we fought that bridge, you could tell that it wasn't it. And I think
it appeared to be under the control of Don Juan. But that wasn't how shadow Pokemon usually were for us before that point. I think shadow Pokemon being controlled by something else is a unique situation for right now. So
you're saying that then it's possible that Alakazam, Geller, had something to do with it? Something to do with...
most likely.
Was there... And then Athymos asks, was there some weird crystal involved with the one Don Juan was controlling?
We never saw one. But we can presume there was one.
Can I, since I have a camera eye, can I, like, pull out the recording of the fight with Ostinato? Like the Shadow Ostinato?
Actually,
like,
yeah. Actually, yeah. Oh. So you guys see a point of view image of...
Layla, could you spawn Ostinato onto the screen? So
I was literally just about to do that. So then, yeah.
Jacob didn't actually see it.
Yeah. Basically,
I did see it.
Nightmare Fuel time. Y'all see as you guys see the body of your well-beloved Ostinato have a giant orange crystal just stabbed through his head.
Okay, at the sight of that, Chef's gonna like slump onto the ground.
Did I project
Clench
that? Do I have
his-
like hologram capabilities?
No,
So-
no, it's just on your screen. Sorry.
Clench his mitts and just go. Alright.
Yeah, like the crystal through the head was kind of gruesome, to be honest.
And Draco's like,
rather faint and almost like she almost falls on top of Damien.
yeah, and Damon's like, ah! Gemma like catches you, but Draco's like, may Arceus help your soul rest. It's awful that was the last thing he saw. Disgusting. That Alakazam must pay for that.